Hello and welcome to the highlights of this first of the triangular series, the NatWest series between England, West Indies and Zimbabwe. 10 matches in all, culminating in a final on July the 22nd. The first match today at Bristol between the West Indies and Zimbabwe. Well, let's go straight down to the middle. Paul Allott was down there some while ago with the captains for the toss.
Yeah, thanks very much, David. We're all set out here in the middle for the toss. The two captains are with me. Jimmy Adams of the West Indies, Andy Flower of Zimbabwe. Ranjan Madagali, the former Sri Lankan Test cricketer, is here. He's got the coin. It's a Jamaican $5 coin. He's going to give that to Jimmy, and Jimmy will toss and Andy will call. Andy's called ahead. It's come down a tail. Jimmy, you've won the toss. What are you going to do?
Bat first.
Do you think this pitch was pretty wet about 2 days ago? Do you think there's going to be a little bit of help in it for the bowlers early on?
Might be, but it looks a fairly good batting surface to us.
Yeah, there's a few cracks in it as well, aren't there? It looks as though it's dried out pretty well.
Yeah, it has.
What about your side, Jimmy? Is Franklin Rose fit?
Yeah, Franklin Rose is fit. He's playing today.
OK, best of luck, Jimmy. Thanks very much. Andy, you've been on the road for a month since the last test. How's it been going?
It's been very enjoyable. We've had a little trip to Ireland, and then we've been playing some of the counties. Played against the West Indies in a 3-day, and against New Zealand Day as well. So we've had reasonable preparation.
Now, you're going to have to bowl first on this. Have you had a good look at the pitch? What do you think?
Yeah, we would have batted as well. I think it's going to get lower through the day, and that's the reason why we would have batted first. But that's all right. It got a bit of moisture on it a few days ago, so maybe there'll be a bit of movement for us.
A bit of bad luck for you yesterday. Heath Streak's not being able to play today.
Yeah, Streaky injured himself about 3 or 4 days ago, diving on his shoulder in practice, and Alonga's ankle has not recovered as we thought it might, so we're missing them. But the other guys have to step into the breach and do the business.
OK, thanks very much, Andy. Very best of luck this afternoon. So that's the story then out here. Jimmy Adams has won the toss for the West Indies, and they've decided to bat first.
So, West Indies winning the toss, decided to bat first. These are the teams then for this first game. 1 or 2 changes around from the West Indies Test side we saw the other day. No Owen Campbell, he's home in Barbados on paternity leave. That means it's Adrian Griffith and Chris Gale at the top of the order. Hines at 3, Lara 4, Adams 5. Ricardo Powell comes in, big striking player there. Jacobs, McLean, Dylan Rose, King are the 4 seamers at the bottom. For Zimbabwe, Neil Johnson is back up at the top of the order as he normally is in one-day internationals. Wishart with him, Goodwin at 3, Campbell at 4, the 2 Flower brothers, then Guy Whittle, Dirk Villiers, the left-arm spinner, and they're missing Heath Streak, Henry Alonga and Umpumelelo Umbangwa, so they've got Nkala, Strang and Brent to bowl the seam up for them down at the bottom of that order.
Andy Flower's stationed to slip and a gully as his 2 close catches. Remember, these are 50 overs a side matches, with the bowlers limited to 10 overs each. First run of the day. Carla down at 3rd man. Adrian Griffith safely off the mark. It's a better looking shot. It's Craig Wishart doing the fielding down there at long leg. Well, there were shouts of try and catch it.
Bounced well short of Brian Strang, though. Just in the air for some time. Seemed to hurt him as well. Well, don't think he put his hands down to that too well.
At last, the infield is pierced, and that'll go away for 4. Almost unbelievable that the first boundary for the West Indies has come in the 9th over.
This is a good cricket shot. Just beautifully timed, well placed just in front of square on the offside.
Well, there you go, that's the shot. And they want a few more of those up in that West Indian dressing room. Over-pitched. Crashed through the offside. Chris Gale timing this one pretty well, Bumble.
Difficulty feeling bat on ball, West Indies, up to now in the game, but that's a glorious shot through extra cover.
And that's going to be 4 more and a no ball. So 5 for that. And now things just starting to pick up, but you have to say, a very pedestrian start.
Well, that's more like it. A couple of glorious shots from Chris Gale. Stands and delivers. Look at that, he stays on the shot. Lovely control.
Well, that's hit away. That's going to be 4 more. 14 off the over. And there you go, look at that. There's a whole load of maidens in the middle there and all over the place, and then that one exceptional. In fact, the last 2 overs, things have started to pick up. And, I don't think that's going to go for 4. I think it'll be 2. Well fielded. Griffith. Not timing the ball, getting that high on the bat, and it looped out. Seemed to have a problem timing it, Bumble.
Bowlers are not quick by any stretch. The pace of the pitch is very easy.
It's chipped in the air and that's out. And you have to wonder if that's not perhaps a good thing for the West Indian side. I mean, Griffith really has struggled out there.
Just a resigned shot, really. A very weak effort to mid-off. He's not even looking to go over the top, I don't think. He's just caught it midstream on the bat. Very, very comfortable catch for Gary Brent at mid-off. Almost as if he's given up there, Adrian Griffiths. He's gone for 10. It's 33 for 1.
This broadcast is brought to you by Philips CD System.
Wavell Hines, the man at the crease.
Yeah.
Immediately he's off the mark. The shouts of throw it, but Wavell Hines comfortably there, and that's what I found strange. I mean, it's a terrible thing to have to say, but I do feel that Adrian Griffith, as you say, almost as if he'd given up. I think in the West Indian camp, they'd probably think, well, thanks for getting out. There we go. Better. Bit of aggression through the covers. It's quite an amazing innings this from Chris Gale. He's got 24 now, and he's got 5 fours.
Conserving his energy. And again, a lovely shot. It's real poise in that shot as he just strokes the ball through extra cover.
Well, there you go. It's a bit of Caribbean. And that's going to go to the boundary. It's 4 more. Well, that's what the crowd want to see. Lifted over the infield.
Well, he hasn't caressed that anywhere. He spanked it over mid-wicket. Good swing of the bat. Real left-hander shot over mid-wicket. Just one bounce into the stand. With a good shot. Look, he's standing out of his ground. No pace on the ball and over the top.
That's gone very, very high, very, very straight. And it's gone very, very far as well. It's carried over the side screen. The first 6 of the match, signalled by Jerry Lloyds. And a very fine stroke it was too.
Just Chris Gale, is it?
Hines. It's a fantastic shot, slightly over pitch. Wavell Hines, the perfect over-the-top drive. Dead straight, didn't he middle it?
It's pretty well placed. It's found the gap out there at deep square leg.
Well, it's perfect placement. Little shimmy down the wicket and then a sweep shot. But the placement was the key here. There are two fielders out on that leg boundary. One at mid-wicketish and one fine leg.
Good slow ball. Nearly found a way through.
Gary Brent just changing the pace. Slow leg break. See the angle bat, and it very nearly found a way through.
Yeah. Well, that's well played. It's going to run away down the hill. Beautifully timed, nicely placed. Wavell Hines takes another boundary.
Well, the 5 fielders on the leg side, the one place you don't bowl, the short and outside off stump. Wavell Hines doing the right thing, just using the pace.
Setting up trouble by Gary Brent's next delivery. Swung away lustily to that square leg boundary. 4 more runs to Hines, bringing up the 50 partnership, taking the score on to 85 for 1.
Well, he had a few practice swings at that wasp first, and then found this short ball in the same area. Managed to put that away quite convincingly.
That's lobbed in the air safely. Completely mistimed. Assuming that just stopped on the pitch, but gets away with it. Wavell Hines just replays the shot. It was safe enough. He got just enough to carry Grant Flower at extra cover.
It didn't look like a slow ball. There might have been a little bit of pace taken off it. He seemed to be through the shot before the ball arrived. Good placement.
Hesitation here, both at the same end. Flower's got the ball, transfers it to the bowler. Whittle takes the bails off, and when they all sort themselves out, we find that Chris Gale is the man that's been run out. Total confusion there between Gale and Hines, and Gale has gone.
Not his fault, look, Chris Gale. Wavell Hines did shout yes initially. Chris Gale, of course, had to respond to Wavell Hines' shout. Well, Wavell Hines just decided to turn back. He thought he wouldn't have made it. If they had both run together, he would have. Well, out by the length of the pitch.
Brian Lara out in the middle at the non-striker's end. He'll have to wait a moment or two before he gets his first ball.
Well, as you can see there, Wavell Hines moved initially and shouted yes. I think what they both have to understand is that there's no way you can have a run if both men don't run. Wavell Hines should have run, and he would have made it.
And Lara just looking to get into his stride. It took him 6 balls to get off the mark. That's his first boundary, and it's an exquisite shot through wide mid-off.
What a difference a pair of shades makes. Beautifully timed through the offside. Mid-off now goes back to long off.
The width given to Lara again. He's hit that on the up. Wasn't a half volley, but he's got it through extra cover for 4 more. That's, if anything, an even better stroke.
So we saw glimpses of it at Edgbaston. No way a half volley. Hit that on the rise. Just hit through the line of the ball. And again, another boundary.
In the air, but wide of extra cover and wide of the man on the boundary. It's 4 to Wavell Hines. Guy Whittle annoyed. He's given the batsman too much width.
Third boundary now coming in that direction from Guy Whittle. 2 from Brian Lara, and then this one from Wavell Hines. Again, because it's just a bit too much width.
Oh, great stop. Grant Flower, extra cover, responsible for the run out a couple of overs ago. Still very much on his toes there.
In a very awkward position as well. Notice he's right by one of those used pitches. Can bounce a bit awkwardly when it gets onto those.
It's in the air but safe. Wishart out there, saving the boundary, but can't prevent the West Indies adding 2 more.
As we have seen in the past, Wavell Hines not afraid to hit the ball in the air. Has pretty good control though, he knows pretty much where it's going.
It's 50 for Wavell Hines. It's delicately played away on the offside. Pretty good innings by him. Five falls and a 6 in that innings of 50. It's gone very fine. And it's gone all the way for 4.
All it takes is just a bit of bat on that line. Fine leg, very square. And the Flower showing his disappointment immediately.
Will that go all the way? No, it won't. Wishart's taken a very good catch running round from long off. And that's the 3rd West Indian wicket to fall on 135. Hines goes for 51.
Left arm spin of Grant Flower into the attack. High, tantalising delivery. Hines has bought it. Looked to go straight over the top, looking for a maximum 6. Easy catch for Wishart. At long off. So that's the 3rd wicket down for West Indies. It's 135 for 3.
Now, here's another young player. Ricardo Powell, 21 years of age, from Jamaica. Very highly thought of in the Caribbean.
Already played 29 one-day internationals.
That's beautifully timed. There's talent here, all right.
I think they're really impressive, these young West Indies batsmen. Chris Gayle, Wavell Hines, Ricardo Powell and Sarwan, who isn't playing in this game. Got a new breed of batsmen. Look at this for a shot. New to the crease. Check drive over the top.
That's up in the air, but it's going to fall safely.
Anxious look from Lara. Gentle pace of Unkala. Where's it gone? It's up in the air. Mid-off, he's back on the fence.
Well, that has gone like a rocket. Well, they must have some good test match batsmen if this guy's not in the lineup.
Instant reaction that he can play. Quite unusual that the West Indies batsman playing with a check drive. Strong, powerful shot through extra cover. I think by and large West Indies batsmen look to have a full flourish and a full flow of the bat. Terrific effort.
It's a brilliant effort out there at mid-wicket, but Powell's found the boundary where Lara couldn't.
Lots of colour, lots of excitement here at Bristol, and he's an exciting talent. Hits this perfectly. Strong player, he looks a strong player. In the air for a long, long time in front of square. Leg side, one bounce.
That is a cracking shot.
Well, are we seeing another West Indies batting star? This lad looks very, very special, Ricardo Powell. One over the leg side, not shy to go over the top. It's a classic shot. Fast bat.
Powell's found the boundary again. I'm telling you, this is an exceptional talent here, Ricardo Powell. Why he's not in the Test team, I do not know.
It's another classic shot. Plays with power. Just a punch through mid-wicket. That's a difficult shot to play, as we all know.
Launched that. Well, he had to go for the catch, I suppose. Didn't quite get there. And it's gone through for 4. Guy Whittle out there.
Well, he's entitled to have a go for it. I think Hawley's made a fair bit of ground. He comes charging in, and he's got to the point where he has to commit himself. And it just wasn't to be. It died on him. About a foot or two in front, and very, very hard.
Now, how high and how far has that gone? It's gone all the way. Enormous blow from Ricardo Powell for 6 over long on.
Well, Michael Holding was just saying to me off the air that Ricardo Powell can really play. He said he feels the selectors are trying to make him into just a one-day player. He feels he's got all the array of shots. Now, enough's enough, as he said. Well, it's got snow on it.
Big smile greets the 6. A nod. Going like a tracer. Ricardo Powell, 36 from 22 balls. Maybe they should have opened with these two. Gone for it again. Now he's not, I don't think he's got hold of this. It's swirling away. That's a very good catch. Ground flower out there at wide, long off. Ends Ricardo Powell's flurry of runs. 36 from 23. It was a brief but very bright interlude.
Just got under this a little bit too much. Thought it was going to keep going, though. There's the wind, what wind there is, isn't a lot. It's actually going that way. But it's well watched. Never easy with a white ball. And took very, very comfortably.
Ridley Jacobs is the new batsman. Key for West Indies is Brian Lara. It's a glorious stroke for 4. Takes him to 49, and he's only faced 56 balls.
And again, you just have to query, why wasn't he in earlier? And this will do him so much good as well. Brian Lara. That's why you'd have thought, you know, 50 overs out there.
Extra cover again. And 4 more, 50 for Lara. Just 58 balls, and that's his 6th boundary. Was hit that hard and high. That's 6 all the way, straight back over the bowler's head. Lara gets his first maximum. In the air, out.
caught comfortably at extra cover by Neil Johnson. Grant Flower gets his man, but not before Brian Lara has done some serious damage to Zimbabwe. 60 he's made.
They're not happy about getting out, but trying to get it over the extra cover. Didn't get it out of the meat of the bat. And as comfortable as you like, Neil Johnson.
Got to be close. Good backing up. It's good bowling again, another good slower ball.
Close, but might just have slipped down.
Big appeal again, gone this time. Jeremy Lloyd says that Franklin Rose is struck in line. Gary Brent gets the wicket with his third successive slower ball, and Rose's stay has been brief.
The only thing to consider is whether he gets outside the line. Well, it's definitely going to hit the wicket, and Jeremy Lloyd, he agrees with the bowler.
Ridley Jacobs on strike. Oh, it's good fielding. Flower to Flower. Well, the third umpire's in, but I think Nixon McLean knows that he's out. He's 3/4 of the way back to the pavilion already. That was a top piece of fielding by Grant Flower.
Do you need any more, umpire?
Out, no question. Nixon McLean short of his ground. Great work from Grant Flower. Good quicker ball. Jacobs gets the under edge on it and will pick up at least 2 more. Adams may come back for 3. No, settles for 2. 7 off the last over, plus the wicket, the run out. 74 off the last 10 the West Indies have scored, and it's taken them to 232 for 7 in their allotted 50 overs. Jimmy Adams came in late in the last over, in fact, not out 2. Ridley Jacobs made 16 from 17 balls in a flurry at the end.
Well, only the West Indies can do that, really.
This will be a what happened next. Picks the ball up, and where's that gone? Batsmen have gone through for 2 there.
Won't reach third man. Well, well, well. What were you saying about the fielding, David? That's the end of the over.
Fielding, fielding, fielding wins cricket matches. All things like this are highlighted. Merv Dillon down at third man. Just loses his footing completely. As a consequence, loses the ball.
Well taken. That was a quick delivery. And the agility of Ricardo Powell did the rest. Franklin Rose gets a real steepler to Wishart.
Very sharp delivery from Rose. Talked about backward point being a run-out situation. Look at the bounce there. Takes the shoulder of the bat. Ricardo Powell moves round from backward point. And takes a good catch. Just tumbles forward.
Zimbabwean hero from that second test match at Trent Bridge, Murray Goodwin, in at number 3 for Zimbabwe. Franklin Rose, the bowler.
Yep.
More like the beginning of a test match.
It was a quick ball. Took Wishart by surprise.
That's a cracking shot from Johnson. Searing through extra cover for 4.
Doesn't really matter. It's almost gone for 6. It's right in front of our commentary spot, and it's bounced. Wow. Foot are so short.
Safest spot you can hit it in one-day cricket, well, in any cricket, really. Straight back over the keeper's head. Top edge, going for the pull. Skewing this away. Thought it was coming straight for us. 1 bounce, 4 over the rope.
That's smashed away. That's a couple of bounces, 4 runs into the fencing, and no one moved. It went at great pace, width, and it got smashed.
Mind you, if they keep playing this way in, they'll get to 2-3-3 before any of the rain comes. I think it's the way to play. The field's in. West Indies can only have 2 men outside the 30-yard circle. If it's up, it's wide. Give it a go. Look at that leaning back. It's going to go in the air.
And that's 4 more, and that brings up the 50. And Zimbabwe flying.
Great shot. Just giving himself a little bit of room. Short and wide and hammered away over backward point. That is a top shot. Murray Goodwin has been in brilliant form for Zimbabwe.
Well, it just gets better and better. Short hit over third man. Well, to be quite Franklin, you can look at the batsman as much as you want. I should have a look at what you're delivering. He's standing there and destroying it.
Right up in the slot for Murray Goodwin, down on one knee, crashing the West Indies paceman through extra cover for 4. That is a glorious stroke.
Well, this time, no, he's found the man at cover. He'll feel a little aggrieved. He was going so well. He'd already taken 11 runs off the over, but he's hit it straight to cover. Wavell Hines is the man that takes the catch.
Yeah, you are annoyed with yourself, dead right, and you should be. Murray Goodwin, you've just taken 10 off the over and going to repeat the shot through the covers. Get it in the air, straight to Wavell Hines at extra cover. And that's the end of a very promising innings.
It's a nice shot. Well played, that. Straight bat. Well, we go to the boundary, but they could well run 3. And do. Nice timing again, using the pace on the ball.
It's a good shot for any left-hander to play this, the drive through mid-on off a right-arm over bowler.
That's a great shot. It's half stopped. Hasn't been stopped enough. It's going to be tight. Carter Powell. He's the man that did the half stop. Now, I think Pete Willey will want to just check this one.
Yeah, I think he will. I think it's okay, though. It was a great diving effort from Ricardo Powell. It was Chris Gale who did the tidying up.
That's beautifully whipped away through mid-wicket. Neil Johnson in superb form. Alistair Campbell getting that one away through the leg side. He moves on to 13. Johnson's made 24. It's 82 for 2. He's gone this time. Plenty of pace, movement as well. Extra bounce. And Alistair Campbell goes. He's made 17. Zimbabwe lose their 3rd wicket with 90 on the board.
That's a good wicket for the West Indies. Alistair Campbell may be struggling and hasn't really made a lot of runs in recent times, but he's still capable. Good wicket, good ball, just doing enough to get that thin outside edge, and a good catch by Ridley Jacobs again. They need to keep on taking wickets, the West Indies. It's 90 for 3.
Andy Flower, the Zimbabwe captain, is the new batsman. Certainly is a match of left-handed batsmen.
Well, that would mean that Merv Dillon can continue to bowl this line that he bowled to get this last wicket. Good delivery, just short of a good length. Just slanting it across the body of the left-hander. Look at that seam, very upright. Good to see. Hit that seam, the ball is bound to do something.
Cracking shot through cover point. The 100's up for Zimbabwe, and we're in just the 20th over.
Brilliant shot. Very good shot indeed. Again, the bowling just being a bit wayward here.
Just past the stumps off the inside edge. The bowler's not happy. Can't blame him either. But that ball was flying past the stumps, off the inside edge, rapidly down to long leg.
Oh, devastating for the bowler. It's a sort of moral victory in a way, but that doesn't help. It's 4 runs to the batting side.
That's through, caught very easily by Ridley Jacobs. Well, I was convinced he'd nicked it. All West Indies men out there are convinced. The only man who's not moved so far is Jerry Lloyds, the umpire.
And Andy Flower.
Well, Andy Flower, he's not moving.
Must admit, there was a sound. But a big sound.
Well, so much for that then. Well, there's a bit of hesitation. Jimmy Adams intercepting that ball. Curiously, Neil Johnston was looking for 2 there. At odds with the opinions of his captain. Suddenly realised that he'd actually taken a step or 2 too many. He had to scuttle back in a hurry. I'm sure he'd have made it, but Jimmy Adams intercepting anyway. Looks like he's dropped out the sky. Oh, it's not out.
I don't often see that shot played when there's a 45 man in the 45 position to cut that off, but that's played so fine. Still manages to beat him and go for 2.
Well, he's hit that very nicely. Little touch of the Caribbean in that shot. Weight onto the back foot. But it's streamed away off the middle of the bat.
Well, who am I to give advice? There's one way to see him off. Just wait till he over pitches, just slash it through the offside for 4. And hit extremely hard. There is a sweeper out there. Couldn't get round to cut that off.
Oh! Yes.
Nice work. Ricardo Powell.
Tremendous fielder, Ricardo Powell. Johnson gave himself so much room there, nearly fell over.
That's a lovely shot. Gloriously played. Lovely timing, just bouncing just a couple of feet inside the rope.
That's beautifully played from Andy Flower. He's just chipped that over extra cover and just strolled through for a couple. It's quite deliberately played.
Very good control shot. Friendly off spin. Chris Gale, inexperienced bowler, to the experienced batsman.
Bottom edge, that'll run away all the way down towards the side screen for 4. Say bottom edge, it was always meant to go fine. Finely played sweep.
I mentioned that the youngster Chris Gale is inexperienced. He's a part-time off spinner, been hit over extra cover and then tightens his line onto leg stump.
Through the gap, and that's all the way for 4. What a good finish for the over for Zimbabwe. Breon King will be frustrated. Edged, gone, caught at slip. Flower is gone. Breon King gets the breakthrough. Chris Gale takes the catch. Slightly juggled affair, but that is the key wicket. Zimbabwe captain has gone.
Piece of cake from up here. Different ideas out in the middle. It becomes more difficult. There's the catcher. Second attempt, Chris Gale. It needed an attacking fielder. Express pace of King has broken the partnership. It's the captain who's gone, Andy Flower, and it's 160 for 4.
Grant, very experienced, not quite as experienced as his brother, and not got quite as good an average, averaging 33 though in one-day cricket, so very handy player to have coming in at this stage.
Oh, he's got that through beautifully. Very firmly struck with no real effort, and a very welcome boundary.
Jimmy Adams keeping the mid-off and mid-on up, trying to get some more pressure on the batsman. Johnson missed out the ball before by hitting the stumps. This time, hits it a little wider of the stumps. Just misses Breon King in his follow-through and heads to the fence. Welcome boundary for the Zimbabweans.
Well, that could be 4 more too. That's very handy indeed.
Well, that's what the fielding captain doesn't need. The bowler's just been driven for 4, and on this occasion, short and wide, and now cut for 4.
Well, no one's leaving. I'm not surprised either. It's been a good crowd here today and tonight. Everything seems to work pretty well from our point of view here. Oh, great shot. My word, he's hit that well. Too short, and it just seemed to sit up there to be hit. But he did hit it well, no doubt about that.
Zimbabwe supporters are pleased with that. I think Neil Johnson will be pleased with it as well. It's left the bat like a bullet. So it's not the place to bowl to a man who's in his late 60s.
Edged away, that's going to be 4 runs. It was just inches away from that outstretched glove. Ridley Jacobs left-handed, but it made no difference. Couldn't get there.
Again, fortune favours the batsman. It's that stage where a slip's not going to be employed, although I think he might as well have a go at it. You've got to bowl the side out. I think if Zimbabwe bat these 50 overs, they'll win. Anyway, West Indies are going to win it if they bowl Zimbabwe out.
Well, they're trying to keep the pressure on Grant Flower by having those men in the circle. He's found the gap. It's certainly 200 up for Zimbabwe. Have another look at the fielding down there on the 3rd man boundary. we might well find that there was contact with the ball while a boot was over the boundary line, which would make it 4 and take the total under 202.
Franklin Rose doing the fielding. It's a good dive and stave, but they're the boots.
Right, now, is there a boot touching? I think he's been just a tad careless. It's a good effort, but I think in the end he's just not quite realised what's going on. Boots are down. Yeah, boots down. That's well, very optimistic if he thinks it's only 2. Honestly, don't think he quite realised in the excitement he knew what was going on. They had no idea really where the ball had ended up. Well, it's firmly struck past only vaguely outstretched hands from the bowler. 4 runs to Neil Johnson, bring up the 50 partnership. It's only taken 45 balls and just over half an hour. Zimbabwe jiggling their way to victory.
Oh, it's a little bit uppish. It wide of move, Dylan.
Well, how good a shot is that? Grant Flower has launched that over long on, and that has gone a long way.
Ending it all in style now, Zimbabwe. Long on and long off up, trying to prevent the singles because Zimbabwe needs so few runs. Well, full in length and the full swing. Full Monty.
And he's got that through on the offside. And that is going to be 4 more. Zimbabwe, as you say, doing it in style. 227 for 4.
Within 1 shot of winning this game now, Zimbabwe. And a very comprehensive victory at that. Again, Ryan King doing the chasing here.
Well, Jimmy Adams decided time to throw the towel in. Wide, and that'll do. And it's all over. Crowd not happy. Fire down the leg side. The game is all over. And the crowd a little disappointed with the way it finished, but I can tell you one thing, the Zimbabwean players won't be disappointed. The crowd, excellent. West Indian captain Jimmy Adams, he has got plenty to think about. I just feel that whatever total he gets, have his bowlers got the discipline to contain a side. The crowd comes on, it's been a terrific atmosphere here. It's taken a long time to get day-night international cricket here, but it's nothing but a success. The crowd love it, players enjoy it, and the delighted Zimbabweans congratulate their teammate. The story of the game started quite a few hours ago. The sun was out. Zimbabwe replying to the 233 they needed to win. West Indies set them, and right at the top there, Neil Johnson, not out, 95.